With the stroke of his pen, Governor Abbott made alcohol to go a permanent fixture across Texas. Today, we became the 10th state to allow the grab-and-go party rule. He originally signed an executive order in 2020. It was a welcome reprieve at the start of the pandemic.
Well, now, a year later, Southeast Texas restaurant owners say while the law is great, they have more needs to stay afloat. Our Jordan James live tonight to explain.
Yeah, Jordan, on a day where many are celebrating alcohol to go being signed into law, the owner here at Madison described it as a Band-Aid trying to cover up the bigger problem. It started off as a temporary fix to address declining sales due to the pandemic. Now,
alcohol to go is now law in the state of Texas.
While the sounds of cheers may fill the state capitol, back in Southeast Texas,
there are way bigger issues in the industry right now than alcohol to go.
Frankie Rendazzo isn't celebrating. After a year of trying to keep things afloat here at Madison's and other businesses.
The state, I feel, should have focused on rebates for our liquor licenses, assisting us with sales tax rebates. Having the ability to have a drink to go is great, and we appreciate that opportunity. But like I said, it really doesn't move the needle for many, many operators.
In a statement, Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission struck a different tone, saying in part, this new law will help businesses keep their doors open and ensure Texans keep their jobs. TABC is grateful for Governor Abbott and members of the Texas legislature for their leadership on this critically important measure. House Bill 1024 includes several new rules for alcohol to go and delivery orders. Food must be included if alcohol is purchased. Also, it has to be sealed and tamper-proof with the company's name. Lastly, customers must be over 21.
We're thankful for the opportunity and we appreciate it.
Back at Madison's, Rendazzo welcomes the new law, but hopes this marks a shift in the state's commitment to support local businesses still recovering from the pandemic.
We really feel strongly that the state needs to address the real concerns of the hospitality industry. Alcohol to go is great, but it's a Band-Aid right now on a big wound for the industry. Now, participating businesses must have a mixed beverage or food certificate. TABC tells us that they will start enforcing the law immediately. For now, reporting here live in Beaumont, Jordan James, 12th News.
And starting tomorrow, vaccine distribution sites all around the country will start administering the Pfizer shots to kids between 12 and 15 years old. Today, the CDC gave the official green light to expand the emergency use authorization for the age group. The vote from the advisory committee was unanimous. A study of more than 2,000 12 to 15-year-olds found that the same dose being used on adults was safe and strongly effective for teens. Pfizer's now working on a new vaccine for kids 2 to 11. And across the nation, the CDC says that 35% of American adults are fully vaccinated against the virus. As of Tuesday, the agency's vaccine tracker shows that more than 116 million people have gotten either both doses of vaccine from Pfizer or Moderna or one dose of Johnson & Johnson.
Folks, it's a cool night to be out in Southeast Texas. Some baseball fans were forced to bundle up this evening. That according to 409 Sports Director Ashley Elam, who snapped this picture of them in the stands. Yes, coats in May. Patrick, we are below normal, and I have to admit, Ashley's right. There was a bit of a chill in the air with that northeasterly breeze tonight.
Well, you know, when you're at 68, 69 degrees, I don't think that is chilly. However, with the moisture in the air, it does make it feel cool. So you can feel chilly at 68, 69 degrees. Right now, we're looking at temperatures dipping into the mid-50s, mid to upper 50s lakes to around 60 to lower 60s in the triangle. That's chilly. And as you can see, maybe a little patchy light rain or drizzle. It's awfully light. Otherwise, temperatures running into the low to mid 60s under cloudy skies. We'll wake up to the lower 60s in the triangle, rise under mostly cloudy skies to 67 at 10 a.m. Dry weather expected tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. However, rain chances going up as we head through the weekend. We've increased rain chances on Sunday yet again. More on your Storm Tracker forecast coming up on 12 News.
All new at 10, a developer wants to turn this stretch of empty land across from Jack Brooks Regional Airport into a sprawling set of businesses. Developer Henley Labrie laid out his vision to the county this week.
He has 8 acres to work with. 12 News reporter Amelia White found out why that sales pitch was so important. She's live with what both sides agreed to do.
Jordan Dage, Alex Root, Jack Brooks Regional Airport Manager, tells me they always intended to develop the land surrounding the airport, but it's not an easy process. See, they can't sell the property, but they had to sign a long-term lease instead.
We feel like that this is the appropriate and the timing especially for this type of development.
Henry Labrie, a well-known developer across Southeast Texas, secured his next big project.
The second one is called the Derrick building, kind of like the oil field and that type format, the history.
On Tuesday, he shared detailed plans with county leaders on what can bring a new look to Jack Brooks Regional Airport.
He's planning to put 5 or 6 buildings. I think 5. I think the square footage of the buildings, each one is intended to be just shy of 12,000 square feet each, with accompanying parking lot and a circular road around for access.
It's all planned for the public land right in front of the airport. Alex Roop, airport manager, says this has been in the works for a while.
Last year, so July 2020, he leased that frontage.
This isn't Labrie's first time doing business with the airport.
Now, July the previous year, he leased some land from the airport, and he built those new buildings you saw when you're coming in by the tax office. He did those.
Roop says new companies equals additional ground rent revenue.
It generates a lot of awareness for the airport itself. You know, a lot of people that may know we're here, but only know as they drive by. Well, new companies here. Maybe they come, they visit the company, and go, oh, you know, next time we're planning a trip, maybe let's check this out.
The developer has already signed the long-term lease, but everything is still in the early stages, so we'll keep you updated as we learn more. I'm live in Beaumont. Amelia White, 12 News.
Developing tonight, nearly 2 years after Bradley Pruett was accused of severely beating a Sour Lake police officer, Bill McEwen, within an inch of his life. He's answering for that attack in court. The state has already rested their case. Pruett testified despite earlier mental health concerns, speaking out about the night for the first time. He testified that before getting to Sour Lake, he was in Houston where he was arrested but not taken to jail, and instead sent to a mental hospital. He'd been homeless walking through the Southeast on his way home to Tennessee. He was resting outside a Sour Lake convenience store that fateful night. A woman threatened to call the police on him, but before she could, McEwen arrived. Pruett says he got angry because he didn't think he was bothering anyone, and that's when things took a violent turn. Pruett says the video he was shown was not him, and that, quote, "That wasn't my fight because I was there and I know what I did. I had my hands behind my back. I didn't plan this, but I turned around and said, I'm going to hurt this guy. Not bad, but enough."
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Lean down! Get on the ground! Do it now!
This body cam video from a Vidor police officer shows the moment the officer took Drew Paul into custody this morning after an 18-hour manhunt. Paul was wet and muddy, but still wearing his shackles. Paul hopped out of a transport van yesterday afternoon while on his way to jail. Someone spotted him walking near the Rose City Travel Plaza very early this morning and called the cops. We spoke with the officer who took him into custody.
We got him in custody. I ran up to the second floor of the building and handcuffed him. I noticed when I was handcuffing him that he had a handcuff on his left wrist and his other wrist was not handcuffed at all, and he also had shackles on.
Paul did not put up a fight, as you can see here. He admitted to spending the night in a marsh in the woods, hiding because he knew police were looking for him. Right now, 2 Tyler County inmates who broke out of jail there early this morning are back behind bars. Officers from several agencies searched for 4 hours before they caught Blaze Hicks and Christopher Mobley. Investigators believe the 2 got out of the jail through a vent that led into the roof.
In case you missed it, a judge has sentenced a Beaumont man to 45 years in prison for a murder in Old Town. Prosecutors say Ronald Golo set fire to a garage apartment knowing his friend was inside. 49-year-old Joyce Acey died. Golo entered a guilty plea last week, his second attempt to do so. The judge only accepted it this time because the sentencing cap was higher.
Medical examiners have positively identified missing Houston mom Erica Hernandez as the person found dead in that submerged SUV yesterday. Police and divers pulled the vehicle from a pond in Pearland. Police said there was damage to the vehicle consistent with it hitting the curb and then going into the water. Hernandez had been missing for 3 weeks.
We were in Port Arthur today as Golden Pass LNG launched the Southeast Texas Workforce Guide. It's an online resource that'll connect students and job seekers with information about industrial jobs. The Golden Pass Export Project expects to hire thousands of temporary jobs and about 200 permanent positions. If you're looking for work, you can check out the website at setxworkforceguide.com.
Tonight, the Colonial Pipeline is back online. The company restarted operations today, but they say it'll take several days for the supply chain to get back to normal. That pipeline, which supplies roughly half of the East Coast fuel, had been shut down since Friday after it was attacked with ransomware. Gas stations across the Southeast had already been facing shortages.